Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Maxwell Starr's live Google Hangout beer review here with none other than the great Average Joe himself. How you doing, sir?
I don't know how you can call me great when my name is Average.
Well, yeah, you have to get in on a technicality here, don't you?
That's true. I'm here to ruin your channel.
Yeah, exactly. What?
Just by my presence.
Anyway, moving right along, we've actually got the same beer here tonight, obviously. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing a duo review. We've got the Megadeth beer. We've got Unibroue's Tout, Monde, a 4.5% dry hopped saison. According to the website, it was first brewed in 2016 from Chambly, Quebec. A saison ale was brewed at the request of Dave Mustaine, the lead singer of heavy metal band Megadeth, obviously, because it's a Megadeth beer. Uses dry hopping technique. To date, has the lowest alcohol content of any Unibroue product. So, yeah, other than that, it's just, what do you say?
Well, I would say, a good friend of ours and a fellow beer tuber, not that I'm one. Chad, the albino rhino, always, goes nuts about saisons and farmhouse beers usually being high percentage. So to see that this is 4.5%, be curious because I don't think I've had too many saisons sub 5%.
Because I think saisons and farmhouse ales, they were all like originally brewed with a low percentage so that they wouldn't get the farmhands drunk, because it's supposed to be a thirst quencher.
And then when they got North Americanized, it seems like every saison's above 5%, and some of them are in the 7, 8, 9%. So kind of, weird.
Yeah, and almost like imperial saison, if that's even a thing. One thing I do know is apparently on tastings.com, if that's a legitimate website, Weird World Beer Championships. They called it the best saison in 2017. 93 points, took home a gold medal.
93 points, isn't that garbage?
Yeah, it's not. I thought it was 93.
93 is garbage. 88 is perfect.
Something like that. All right, crack her open.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't go everywhere. If it does, that's on you.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it really will be on me. No,
seems fine. Yeah.
All right, I'll pour it into my Blanche de Chambly glass.
Nice, a Brassière du Monde.
Yeah, you actually you brought the Teku glass, so you're cooler.
Yeah, not really. Just have to make sure you're drinking out of proper glassware. That's not really proper.
Well, it's not super proper. It's
yours is proper.
Unibroue. I do have a Teku here, but that was from something else.
I cracked dough back. Smell it right away. Bunch of spices. So. Looks like apple juice.
Yeah, it does. Very brassy, golden. Not even golden. It's like almost straw yellow.
Yeah, it has like a fluffy head, right?
Very fluffy, bright white head.
Yeah.
Very almost not apple, like borderline apple, but it's very light and crisp.
More pear
and lemon.
Yeah.
Maybe a hint lemony.
A little bit of spices. I wouldn't necessarily like nondescript spices. I'm not gonna sit here and say there's coriander and nutmeg and all this all spice, but it has just like a nondescript spiciness to it.
There's might be like a hint of cinnamon in the malt, but it's mostly just like nondescript spices. Maybe it's steering towards coriander.
Yeah, yeast derived spiciness.
Yeah, it could be the yeast.
Yeah, but more red fruits, lighter white fruits, pear, like you said, maybe like even not green apple, but like I could see like an apple core type of thing going on. Like it's more of like lighter white fruits, lighter fruits in general, like not tropical, not stony, not even citrusy, aside from like a little lemoniness going on.
Yeah, just the lemony, maybe like a bit biscuity, maybe like cookie.
Yeah, biscuity, crackery, like the malt's there. Yeah, the malt's definitely there.
You're getting it, but you're not getting really. It's nondescript. It's just lemony biscuits.
To get generic as generic can be, because that's what you do in reviews. It's basically there's a decent malt presence there. There's like an earthy spiciness, and there's lighter like white fruit, like that pear and like that apple core, and that's pretty much what I'm getting.
Yeah, you could name all the fruits that you want to, and you're like, oh, you get that? It must be amazing.
You know what it smells like? It smells like a very subdued triple, like a triple, like cut in thirds and thirds of intensity. You know what I mean?
Very weak triple, diluted. Well, not diluted. It's also very carbonated. It smells like your typical like your Belgian fare, like I've smelled some Belgian pale ales and stuff like that.
A Belgian pale would be a good description as well. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, not necessarily as like a original Belgian, but like a North American interpretation of a Belgian.
I'd agree with that. And then they mentioned dry hopping in this, but like I'm not getting a distinct hop forward character here. Like you said, maybe the lemon.
Yeah.
Maybe?
That's what I'm thinking too. Like the lemon almost comes across as maybe that's just very mild something hop that they use, but it's, I don't know. That's probably what the dry hopping is. It's just, it's so nondescript. It smells just like a little light lemon tart.
No,
all right.
I would agree with that.
Let's put her down the hatch. Cheers.
Cheers, good sir. Let's get into it.
Lemon, coriander, soapy.
Yeah, so it's funny you say I'm getting like a lemon Dawn type of thing going on, or like whatever name brand. Dawn, whoa, lemon Dawn, we gotta try it. But just like a lemon soapiness to it.
Yeah.
And it sounds off-putting, but not really. I mean, just kind of getting that. Like if you took dish soap and you're washing your dishes and you pour it out, just the aromas you get is kind of like what the flavor of this is.
Yeah, except for it's actually kind of not so much crisp, but it's very refreshing. It goes down quite easy. It's very smooth.
Yeah, clean, crisp, refreshing. It's not overly dry either. It's like a semi-dry finish. It's not drying out the palate immensely, but it has enough sweetness to kind of back it up, which is nice.
And you get like coriander spice in the palate, but it's not off-putting. It's just a little. It's just enough.
Yeah, that's actually quite tasty. I'm kind of surprised.
That's pretty good. I wasn't expecting it to be that good for being so light.
The thing that's kind of making me a little bit excited is the drink. Like again, 4.5%, right, is the ABV, and you expect a very drinkable, easygoing beer, and that's kind of what this is. There's enough flavor there to, I guess, I don't know, entice someone to want to buy a lot of this, but it's not overwhelming on the palate. So it just makes it like this could be like a very sessionable saison.
Yeah. You know what the funny part is I'm thinking there's a Megadeth song called Crush 'Em. And I'm thinking this is a good crusher.
Very appropriate. Yeah, I mean, this is way better than I anticipated. And I don't even say, listen, I didn't go into this review with any bias or like thinking, but I was just like, okay, it's a 4.5% saison, but it's kind of doing what it's supposed to do. It's crushable, it's easy drinking, clean, crisp, refreshing. This would, people talk about lawnmower beers or like after doing yard work or whatever. I would take this all day over like just a crisp lager.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would definitely drink this over anything else. I mean, this is not necessarily the best one they have in that Unibroue pack that I picked up, but it's probably close. It's better than Rathman.
I didn't get that in my pack.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here we go. I have it right by me, actually. I got this pack.
What'd you get? You got
the Ephemer Elderberry, the Maudit, the Blanche de Chamblay, the Le Fin du Monde, the Ephemer Apple, and then this one. So that's the 6.
Okay, yeah, because the one I got had Signoral. It's Signoral, Ephemer Elderberry, Tout, Le Monde, and Rathman, as well as Fin du Monde and Blanche de Chamblay.
So it looks like we got the 2 cores, the Maudit and the Blanche de Chamblay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, you know what? There's nothing wrong with the apple one.
No, I like the apple too. The elderberry I thought was a little better, but yeah, I like Unibroue. I mean, they're technically owned by Sapporo, so I mean they're technically not really craft, but they are. They still we're gonna pour in the goodies and see what we got going on if it changes it at all.
For sure,
it clouds it up actually.
I think it's just leftover yeast, but I think people, to a degree, people do get too hung up on does it owned by a macro.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, Sapporo is an AB InBev, and each macro company seems to treat their crafty brewery subsidiaries differently. Like Sapporo's pretty much left these guys alone, but AB InBev likes to stick their dick in everything.
Well, even like Constellation, who owns Ballast Point, and Heineken, who owns Lagunitas, kind of let them do their own things, and you haven't seen any substantial drop off in qualities in those beers, especially in the States. So.
Yeah, even like Molson with Creedmoor Springs. I mean, Creedmoor Springs wasn't like super fantastic or anything, but they're still decent.
For sure. I think pouring in the yeast of this kind of just adds like a slight, and I get this usually out of most Belgian beers, but specifically Unibroue, the yeast seems to give like a slightly creamy mouthfeel and maybe like a slightly more intense spiciness, but it's minute, it's very subdued, but it does add a little bit.
It's like a little bit of spicy, maybe a hint of banana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's really good.
If that's really solid, I'd happily give that a 4 out of 5. What do you think?
Yeah, right on board with you. I definitely give this a 4 out of 5. I think it's well made, and I don't do they now. Again, when it comes to Unibroue, we only get usually singles. You know, get like 4-packs or 6-packs. We get them in these specialty packs. If this is something that they would release in a multi-pack form, I would say I would have no problem picking it up and drinking it because it is an easy drinking sessionable beer. So
yeah,
if anyone out there sees this, give it a go.
Yeah, if anybody takes this channel seriously and watches it,
none of us
do. Yeah, I mean, this would be a nice summer crusher, and I would definitely drink this over like a steam whistle.
Oh yeah, well, listen, Greg says
anyway.
Super fresh is amazing, but it's steam whistle and it's Greg's palate. So
yeah, Greg's stupid. Actually, you know what? I had steam whistle fresh at the brewery this past year, and it was pretty good. But
steam whistle plus too.
I still think Greg's palate is stupid. Anyway. All right. Well, I guess that wraps that up. Thanks for everybody for watching Maxwell Starr and Average Joe's review of Tout, Monde, the Megadeth beer from Unibroue. We will chat with you folks later.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And no problem, man. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.